Five things that boys do that basically slows their growth to becoming men. Now, most boys will never wake up, right? They'll just become boys in a man's body. And the men who wake up, most of them wake up very, very late. Now, I don't want that to be you. So one thing to realize is that these are the five things that hold them back. The first thing is a purpose, a drive, a mission, a vision. You see, as men, whether I like it or not, it's a masculine thing to have that drive towards something. Whenever someone doesn't have his purpose, guess what? He will distract himself with pleasure. He wouldn't see a calling in life. I tell people that, right? You see them going for only passionate activities. You see, passion is nice, right? Passion is fulfilling. But when you involve other people, it becomes a purpose. And if you don't have what you're doing, if you don't have a place you're driving your energy to, trust me, you're wasting your time. Because 5 years will go by, 10 years will go by, and this idea of purpose, people believe that your purpose has to be this grand thing, this thing that is to maybe save humanity. No. Your purpose can be as little as being a teacher that inspires other boys, being a teacher that inspires students. Because one thing I will say is that one of the people that has affected my life the most are my teachers. Or rather, one of my teachers, my physics teacher, because he's somebody who made me realize that truly I had a lot of light in me, but for some weird reasons, I was dimming that light. Until this day, anytime I see myself holding back, I remember his words that he marked my script, and he never believed that I could get those grades. And what was that? All along, because he knew me for a couple of years before I got to write a test with him. For a couple of years, he never knew I was that serious, I was that smart. But yet, I was holding back. Why I was holding back, I couldn't tell. So I tell you that having a purpose is so strong that without it, it's the number one thing on this list. I would have put the number one thing at the end, right? But no, it is very important because when you have a purpose, it leads us to the second thing, self-discipline. You see, people first of all take self-discipline to be this thing where you are denying yourself of important things. No, that is far from the truth. You see, when you're disciplined, if you have a purpose, it becomes easier to be disciplined because with that purpose, you have an automatic why as to why you should be disciplined. Because the more you keep at it, the more disciplined, self-discipline you become. It's called self-discipline for a reason. Because you're not forced to do it. You're doing it at your own will. Like I said, but if you don't have a purpose, if you don't have a strong why to be self-disciplined, guess what? You'll be easily distracted. You'll be disciplined today, tomorrow you give up. Be disciplined the next day, tomorrow you will give up. But when you have a purpose, something that you feel like is a burning fire in you want to put out there, you're going to see yourself being self-disciplined. You see yourself watching self-improvement content. You will see yourself doing a lot of stuff. You see yourself sacrificing. Because whether you like it or not, sacrificing is something that a lot of boys learn. I wish I had this thing on my list, but because I'm taking it off the top of my head, they'll keep coming up in bits. I'll be digressing and you'll get the point. A lot of boys don't realize that they have to sacrifice right now to become the men they want to be. And the third point is investing in you, investing in yourself. Because when you sacrifice, automatically you begin to invest in yourself. The weights you lift, an investment in the body you are building. The food you eat, an investment in you. The books that you read, an investment in your mental capabilities. I keep telling people that. Why are you not investing in you? You see, I basically did not mention time and money because I've told people over and over again, your most important asset is your attention, not your time, not your money. Because they tell the poor people to focus on what? In how they invest their time. No, how they invest their money, right? The rich people focus on how they invest their time. The wise people focus on how they invest their attention. That is why all it takes is for your attention to be taken just a few seconds. And before you know it, you see yourself watching videos that are useless for hours, for minutes. Because why? They got your attention. The people who make thriller movies, they don't need you to watch the 1 hour of the movie. They need you just focus on what the first 5 seconds of the thriller. They can get you to watch the thriller. They can get you to watch the movie. So how you invest in you is very powerful as a boy. And a lot of people learn this in late because they invest their time in things that don't pay them. And this is why Jordan Peterson tells you to invest in things that are meaningful, not things that are expedient. Invest in things that you know you have the results. That is why it becomes easier to. It first of all becomes easy when you have a purpose. right? You are self-disciplined. That discipline will tell you, that discipline will make will make your investment in you super easier, whether you like it or not. So everything, even your relationships, is an investment in you. We're going to touch on this as the last point. The fourth thing that a lot of guys learn too late is leadership. When it comes to leadership, first of all, you should know that in every area of life, there's a hierarchy, right? There's always a number one, a number two, a number three. Fuck this idea of equality. Equality never works. It's a facade, it's an illusion, it's a lie, right? And a lot of guys need to understand that leadership will boost their manlyhood than anything else. And before you can become a leader, you should have first of all been a follower. But a lot of guys are always stuck in that follower phase. Guess what? And then, because we have preached this idea of equality, 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 people believe that in their homes there should be equality. Whether you like it or not, no real feminine woman who respects you will want you to be her equal. Not a single woman. Except she's about to do what is called monkey branching. Monkey branching is you're keeping a man right now because you are hoping for the next better man to come around. But a lot of guys need to realize that for you to build that leadership, first of all, you have to be a very good follower. You have to understand people that you are leading, because being a leader will help you in every area of your life. Will help you in your dating life, because as a man, you need to push for that. A lot of boys these days they are easy to push. They are being pushed by their own woman. And guess what? The women don't really like it. They do not like it. You might think they like it because they say, oh, he's so sweet of him. But in the very end, something in them, in their head, feels like, this guy is not what I want. But when you begin to become more assertive, because when you take up this leadership role, right, you become more assertive as telling people what you want. And it helps you to dictate your relationship in this life. If you know what you want and you are leading your own life, you are leading the life of other people, you can basically tell people that, hey, I will not be treated like this. Don't disrespect me. Because when you embrace this idea of leadership, you become more assertive. Telling people, you know what, hey, respect. You begin to command respect. You can't be a leader and not be respected. It means there's something corrupt in that situation. So I keep pointing out problems, pointing out situations, right, that will tell you to basically do what? Become a leader. Become a strong man. And the last and the most important point is, even though you have these four stacks together, for most people, if you don't have this part missing, which is a tribe, a community, you're lost. Well, I remember listening to one of these life coach. I think it is Hamza. Hamza was talking about how the problem of his students is that they want to see like-minded people together, because the people you are surrounded by are super important. If you surround yourself with losers, with boys who don't want to grow up, guess what? You're going to not grow up. Anytime you choose to do something different, they will drag you down, telling you, they will try to use guilt, emotions, insults, sarcasm to bring you back to where you are. And that is how a lot of men get stuck in life. With what? Because of their friends. So what you need now is a tribe of men who are on their purpose, who are getting disciplined, who are building meaningful relationships, who are leaders. Because trust me, if you see a tribe of leaders, you just have this, although there's always hierarchy even in that group, but at least the people that are there they'll make you become more assertive. They'll always call you out on your bullshit whenever shit happens. But having like-minded people is a gift. It's a thing that every man should embrace. And I feel like that is something that the feminists crushed badly. They crushed the whole idea that they made men isolated, and this is making a lot of men depressed, because they are isolated from real men. Something in you wants to grow, something in you wants to become better, but because you're isolated from the tribe of men who also wants better, guess what? You get distracted. So I just felt like making this video. I kind of realized that there are certain things in this life that a lot of boys never get, and obviously there are more beliefs, values. And please, if I to pick a tribe based on what you believe. Because picking a tribe because of, like, most people, how they pick their tribe in life is they start with people that they were born beside, people they were born with. But in reality, the people you were born with are people who you were born into the same circumstances. A lot of people keep the same friends from primary school, high school, right? They never change their friends. But I tell you that, fine, If you're born into a group of people, it happens. One thing you realize is the friends, those friends will keep you the way you are because that is what they know. But if you are intentional about building a tribe, that is why one of my messages is be intentional about every area of your life. Most especially people that you hang around. Because those people that you hang around, they can make you no, they would eventually make you become something. The question is what do you want to become? So zoom out. Be very, very intentional about the people that you're hanging around with. Be very intentional about the tribe you are building. So if you made it to the part of this video, it's obvious that you understand that there's something in you as a boy that wants to grow into a man, right? Figure it out. Listen to that voice in your head. Follow that purpose, and at some point, it will become clear as to what you want to achieve. So have a purpose. Your purpose gives you a very strong why. And when you have a strong why, it becomes easier to become self-disciplined. And I made a video on self-discipline in the past. You should check it out. When you become self-disciplined, it's easier to invest in you because you'll be very careful on where you invest all of that energy. And when you have proper investments, you need to become a very good leader, somebody who leads the people that chooses to follow his leadership, because you can't force people to follow you. But if you're a good leader, naturally people will be drawn towards you. You see yourself leading a community of men, which is very important. And what is most important is having a tribe of men who believe and value the same thing that you believe and value in the first place. So thank you very much. If you made it this far in this video, you're somebody who sees a need to become what? A man. As a boy, you see a need to become a man. Thank you very much. Share this video. Let's get more men. Let's get more boys to become men, because we have a pandemic right now. Society has failed the boy. The boy child is feeling lost because he's heavily distracted. Let's get more boys focused. Let's get more boys on their purpose. And let's talk. Let's know who you are. Thank you very much. Talk to you soon. And bye for now.